welcome to beautiful Sanibel Island. I am Beach Bum and Dan. And over here, there's Dan. He invited me out and said, come on over and find some shells. So, I don't know, it's about, oh, now he's walking in front of me planting them. I hope he puts like some cool tulips in front. It's around noon, clear, hot. And the heat index is supposed to be around 105 today. So let's go for a walk. That's a cockle shell. But look at here. Let's go for a walk and see what we can find. This is pretty awesome. There's a paired calico. And as we were walking out, we were talking about shell piles like this. Sure, every once in a while you can find right there, I was going to say a whelk. Let's see. A lightning whelk, but often you will find color. Calico scallops. Orange, pink, yellow. Here's one. A white one. With some red markings. Alright, hope you got some sunscreen on, because we're going to go for a walk and find some beautiful Sanibel seashells. I see something really dark next to me, but I was looking higher up. Look at here. That's pretty awesome. You never know, you just got to be out here. Shells are still washing in. Doesn't look, well, let me pan out a little bit. So up here, it would be, that looks like overnight, and then the storm surge, the shells are higher up. So there's quite a bit you can look through here. There's a fighter. Keep saying to Crafty Mama, you know, when I come down here, I find so many pen shells, and she's like, I don't know what to do with them. I see people make all kinds of cool crafts. And she said, not yet. Not yet. Well, this one's pretty cool. Look how dark that one is. Beautiful cockle shell. Dan had some whole ones. There's a broken angel wing. Who knows? Maybe we can find one. Let's walk up here and see. Here's one. Crafty Mama said, make sure you bring some home. Oh, look at here. No one's home. So that's the first one. We have a bandit on the board. A couple right here. There's a little fighter. Not too often I'll pass up a paired. Usually the pairs are, well, we did find that calico clam. Usually they're cockle shells. Like this one.
If you've been a long-time subscriber, you know I'm always recommending zigzagging back and forth across the beach. Here's a little dry spot, but I see Dan, so I'm going to set my backpack down and wait for him to come over.
What you got there?
Got a lightning whelk, a bandit tidal.
That's pretty nice. What's looking here? Was it this deep this morning? I mean, now that the tide's coming in.
Tide's coming in. Water shell is
Yeah, I see that.
On the edge.
Yeah, right out there. Let's see what we can find. Walk around in here. There's a tulip. Oh, see right there? That one's alive. How about this whelk? Nope. Lightning whelk. So he was out here earlier, and I think this was, well, I know it was a little lower, but look at here. Okay, that's a live tulip, but I don't know about. Oh, yeah. Well, that's a surprise. A lot of times, those aren't alive. Here we go. There we go. Sanibel bandit tulip. You can just go back and forth here, right along the edge. Lots of fighters. Here's a good spot. Oh, there's my, all right. Now I was shelling a little bit farther south of here this morning. There's, okay, hang on, there's a shark eye. Let's get this cone. Oh, it's not a cone. I was like, I think there's a Florida cone in the water. And I didn't find any this morning. Wait till you see what he just showed me. He comes over here and he's like, Beach Bummin' Dad, you want one of these? Look at that beautiful apple. Yeah, it's gorgeous. But I think the next one tops it. And I think earlier he had said, I've never seen one like that. Now he told me, he's like, I want you to have this one. I don't know, that's pretty gorgeous. Sanibel True. Beautiful. And I don't know if he was shelling in here this morning, but look at this. Because he sent me a photo and he's like, where are you? You need to come over here. Banded. They're not all alive. Just walk along this edge. Oh, is that another horsey? Oh, it's broken. That's what I saw. This is pretty awesome. Let's check this one. Lightning whelk. Let's look back up here. There's some color. Look at that. Definitely a gorgeous scallop. And they're not too hard to see. Especially when they're wet. They're a little bit drier up here, but right along the edge here, they're still wet, plus with the tide coming up. Alright, let's go back over here. There's a horsey. I should say a little pony. Look at these. Grab those and keep walking. Let me grab this one. Nope. Nobody's home. So this is interesting. And I see this a lot. You know, I'm walking down here, and although it looks really shelly, oh, now these are cool. We don't have these in the Panhandle. Those orange stripes. But it looks like, right out here, looks like the shells are heavier in the other direction. And a wormy. So let's head back over there. Let me grab this lightning woke. Well, I see Dan coming over, but let me grab this tulip. All right, what you got? Because you've been sitting here with bated breath.
Tulip, scallop, and a horse cock.
And was this on the beach?
On the beach.
And what about this one?
And it was on the beach.
That's pretty nice.
And the same way with the scallop.
Man. That's what I told him. I'm sitting here filming and he's up there picking up all these cool shells. All right, let me look out here. Get a little closer and look. Oh, there we go. No one's home. An apple a day. Right here on this ledge. And look at all that stuff. All that stuff. And I see a tulip down there. That's pretty cool. Look at that pattern. But I betcha. Oops. Dropped it. Okay, the one was broken. Let me turn a little bit. There we go. Banded tulip. I don't know, he went up about 50 yards. And then I've just been chilling with y'all over here. Neither of us have an alphabet on the board yet. Well, I had this dry spot here and the surf is coming up, so I think I'm going to move down a little bit farther, pick up the backpack, pick up this beautiful calico, and these shells. So we had some bandits today. There's a piece of a pony. As I mentioned earlier, lots and lots of scallops. They are so beautiful here. There's a little pony. There's a darker banded. Oh yeah. I better show you that one again. That is gorgeous. Beautiful true. Alright, so I'm going to clean this all up and maybe go look at the end of the tidal pool. If you're like me and you love shelling, you can, if you haven't already, where is it? Right over there. Hit that subscribe button. And if you want to keep shelling with me, there's YouTube's choice for your next video. Thank you for coming out. Isn't it just gorgeous on beautiful Sanibel Island? Thank you for coming out, and I'll see you back out on the beach.